kill flows, Nintendo Switch. I'm on some shit that's monumental, magical, artificial intelligence. Jotted down on scribes, the last of a dying breed. They wonder how I survived. Turpentine, turn the tide, go.
What's going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan, and welcome to the video. In this video we are going to be covering 86 anime season 1 review. So before I go ahead and get started, just want to let you guys know there are going to be some spoilers. We are going to be mentioning things that does happen in anime that kind of goes into different characters and types. So if you haven't watched it and would like your own perspective, just make sure you hit that pause button, go and watch the anime and come back. You two got to watch later, so you can holler at your boy. And also I just want to let you know I am working on the Megalobox review now. This one is going to be up shortly after this one post, so tune into that. So let's go ahead and get started. So the anime 86 is definitely a really intense, heartwarming anime, and it has a lot going for itself. It premiered April 4th 2021, which ran for 11 episodes with a 12th episode recap, which at the end it kind of showed off a Black Legion, but that just gonna throw that out there. Now you can find this on Crunchyroll, so if you want to watch it, then the perfect place to do so will be there. So let's go ahead and talk about 86. So 86 takes place where the Republic is at war with the Guardian Empire, which this war has been going on for 9 years, and the Republic can use juggernauts as the Empire used legions, which is supposed to be an automatic war that's supposed to be between machines. But however, there are some components that does take place, and we'll touch on that later. Now, to the public eye, they believe that the war is being fought by just machines. So the people in the Republic don't exactly know too much, but they just know that there's being fought with just machines, which they do explain that the war should end within 2 years. However, that can be far from the truth. The juggernauts are being operated by 86, which is citizens who have been cast aside for the difference in character. So if their hair or eyes are not silver, skin is pale, then they are classified as 86. So somebody like with red hair, green hair, anything that's different than the silver hair, silver eyes, and the pale skin, they pretty much just get cast aside as 86. Now this action does bring in a lot of segregation and hated among both parties. Now the military officers know the truth and are subject to certain emotions because of because the military assign the ranking officers to be handlers. So handlers provide recon and field prep to the 86 with info about the enemy and tactics that they may be able to use to be able to defeat the legions. So in the Republican, they announced that the military had no death in 2 years, which I said previously, but that is also far from the truth. This setting really brings in a lot of frustrations and hate among both parties. So everything does not seem what it seems. So it's a lot of things that's going on in Republic City that is failed to be explained to the citizens, maybe due to public control and making sure that their city prosper in the brightest of times. But it's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes. So let's start off with the story. So things takes off for Lena getting assigned a new squadron. Lena knows the truth with like all military officers, but is encouraged by the higher ups to play her role. Her uncle is at the head of the military. He tells her that play her role. This is what our country strive on. So she is met with the squadron that is best in the 86 squads that be operating the juggernauts. So, but however, they have had previous handlers that have went crazy and even committed suicide due to being assigned their handler. Now, she is met with a squadron leader named Shin, aka Undertaker. There are a lot of members, but the main members, at least the ones that are still alive, is Raiden, Aju, Jarina, and Theo. Now, we do get to see and have some interactions with Kale, Kujo, Kano, and Toma. But in the usual standards, the 86 despise the Republican citizens for the hardships of putting them to war while all the other military officers stay away within the walls. This does brings up a lot of friction. You see the word pig is referenced on both sides a lot to both parties, and they really just despise it. Now Lena does go to the extent to learn about them and try to build a relationship, but in faced with a few harsh reality lessons that later builds character. Now what I mean by this is that like Lena try to go out of her way to talk to him, to get to know him, but they not trying to hear that because technically she's still within the wall, she's safe, while they out there risking their lives for them, and technically they are really just fighting for their survival. Now Shin's opens up with her to get to know her, finding out that his older brother saved her life when she was young. Shin, out of everybody, seems to take a certain level with her that other people don't. I mean, they communicate with her, they laugh, share, and stuff like that, but again, they are still reminding her that their relationship is just not on the same page. So together they are set to combat the legions to help stop the war. So you pretty much got the sum of the story, the sum of the plot and everything. So let's do a breakdown and see how does this anime stack up. So story and plot. I believe that that the anime does go strong and really have an intense grab on the story. Like with the war going on and pretty much the 86 and Shin Squadron are lambs to the slaughter, it reminds them of how the world that they live in can end at any moment. So that right there makes the story and plot real good because they do a really good job with that. And just to complement that, the characters are well handled as well, just with a few nicks. And I mean, with the hatred that goes on with the Republic in the 86, it is times where it feels like the development of the relationship can go up, but then we get reminded that, you know, the 86 just are not really on good terms with the Republic. It's kind of it kind of throws you into a crazy disarray a little bit when it comes to certain episodes and the way they interact with each other. But you really get an understanding in the first interaction with them and sort of towards like the last big interaction with them to know of like that difference between them. But ultimately it does get a little bit confusing, but it's not totally all bad. I guess maybe it's something with the story writing or whatever. But however, let's go to the next part, which is sound quality. The audio and music in this was real good. That's one of the best things you can say about this. A great balance between the action and the social time. It really set the mood for any situation when it comes to the audio, especially when it comes to the outro. Like let's just say something big happened. That outro kicks in and then you turn around and still get like a cliffhanger at the end. Man, that really does set the emotion for this, and I think they do a really good job, and that kind of like really makes the 86 episodes you want more. And visuals good. Nothing that really stands out in quality, but it does do its job. So I mean, what I mean by this is that it's not really like too much things you can really say like, oh man, detailed eyes or anything like that. No, it's pretty standard. It's good, but just not overwhelmingly good. So overall, 86 did really good with this season. It makes you very emotional because of everything that happens. It leaves you wanting more. Makes you want to order the light novels, which I'm very tempted, but I think I'm gonna just stick anime with this. I don't want to be manga and don't experience this certain excitement that I get from 86. I can honestly say I can give this anime a 9 out of 10. So yeah, that's how excited I am. So 86 did get announced for the fall, so I cannot wait. So I hope you guys definitely tune in for this next season like I do. So we definitely, is going to be hitting that up in fall. So if you haven't watched it, you have the summer too, because the summer is kind of dry with anime, but usually this is your time to kind of like catch up. So catch up. So other than that, thank you guys for definitely tuning into this. And again, Megalobox review is on its way. That was a really good season 2. 86 did its job. I didn't think it was going to be this good, but man, it was this good. I will be streaming some Scarlet Nexus tomorrow. So look out for that because there will be no Eternal Vintage podcast this Friday. Mr. JJ Starwind is on vacation. And yeah, I hope you enjoy that vacation, brother. But other than that, I ain't about to be out. Got some other work to do. So you guys take care. Peace.